I guess you have to answer the question that many people are asking about the American interest there. Explain to our audience why this is not only an enemy to Israel, but to America as well.
Well, listen, I think that America needs to be very careful that we don't get into this war at all, because there's nothing for us to gain. Our security interests throughout the region and certainly in our country are perfectly protected by our capabilities and our global deployments throughout the world right now. Getting involved with this is something that, look, Israel chose to go down this path. They determined by their own calculations that their security was at risk and they took action. They're a sovereign country and they can do that. But we should not get involved with that, because then that will put a target on American backs throughout the Middle East. And as you've seen with a lot of these systems, these Iranian missiles coming through, whether it's Iron Dome, David Sling, the THAAD system, the Air Patriots, they can still get through. Our troops in the Middle East, many of them don't have any of those systems, and they would be helpless and defenseless if Iran should take them under fire. If they do, of course, then it's a whole different ballgame. But we should not precipitate offensive action against Iran, because we don't need to for our security.
So, Colonel, the President of the United States, there was some debate about taking out the supreme leader, the Ayatollah, and the president said he didn't think it was a good idea, flagged off Israel on that. Do you think that was the right call, and why?
100%, because President Trump has been saying it. In fact, I've argued that this Israeli attack undermined President Trump's diplomatic opportunities, because he was trying to solve this short of war, which I'm a big advocate of. And if he can get a negotiated settlement that would preclude the need to have a war, and by the way, Iran has consistently said they are willing to negotiate, so they haven't had a hard line on that. Now that that seems to be off the table, or at least it's more difficult now. But if you take out the supreme leader, then we don't, number one, know who would follow him up. And then there would be no chance for them to have a negotiated settlement. And the most likely outcome would be they would sprint to a bomb instead of negotiate away from a bomb. So I think that President Trump is right in asking them not to do that.
The President of the United States released a statement saying that all of those parties that were not honest brokers in the negotiation are now dead. Hopefully, who's ever coming to the negotiation table can choose peace, because he truly is the president of peace. Daniel Davis, thanks so much for joining the program.
My pleasure. Thank you.